Since the COVID-19 cases has been declining in our place, we are free to exercise and run outside again, which I really miss doing. What a better way to celebrate this by buying myself a new smartwatch. Well, actually this watch is an that is, very advanced, Christmas gift for myself. I already spent my allocated Christmas gift budget for this. I have been a long user of Amazfit Pace for about 5 years now, and I think it's already time for an upgrade. This is the Amazfit GTR 2. The original retail price of this is 8,500 Philippine pesos, but due to the Shopee sale on 11/11, I only paid for 5,721 pesos for this. A great bargain for a great watch. In this video, we are going to unbox the Amazfit GTR 2, and then I am going to walk you through all of its functionalities and menus. Let's get started. Okay. What I got here is the Amazfit GTR 2 Sports Edition Obsidian Black color. This also has in Classic Edition version that comes with a leather strap and has a higher price tag. This comes with 1.39-inch AMOLED touchscreen with Corning Gorilla Glass protection and 454 by 454 resolution. It is very light at only 39 grams and measures 46.4 millimeters in diameter and 10.7 mm thickness. It has a 471 mAh battery which Amazfit claims to last for 14 days of regular use. It supports Android 5 or higher and iOS 10 or higher. It also has a built-in GPS and all sort of sensors like the accelerometer, gyroscope, bio-tracker, air pressure sensor and ambient light sensor. It can measure your heart rate 24/7. Can also measure the blood oxygen level, can track your sleep, steps and more. It supports up to 90 workout modes, which is a lot. It has a Bluetooth 5.0 and Wi-Fi connectivity and also has a built-in speakers and a microphone, so you can listen to music from the watch and also take phone calls and speak through the watch, just like a 007 agent. It is also water resistant with 5 ATM rating up to 50 meters. It comes with a magnetic USB charger. It can, of course, sync with your phone's notifications, and the best part of the watch, it has an offline voice command functionality, and on top of that, also supports Amazon Alexa Assistant. Great specs on paper. Let's open the box. Looks like there's another box inside the box. If I can just pull it. Here we go. There's a nice embossed Amazfit logo here. Let's light it up. There is the watch. Beautiful. Sexy watch. Let's take it out. Wow. There's a drawing here. Looks like this compartment is like a two-piece of a Lego which we should detach from each other. Let's do that. Really nice packaging here. Let's put the watch on the side and see what's inside these two compartments. On side has the multilingual user manual. It's a thick one. Let me put that back and let's see what's inside the other one. It's the charger, as I suspected. There's a pull tab here to take it out. It's a USB-A charger, and if I'm not mistaken, the other side is magnetic. Let's open the watch now so that we can test that magnetic charger. Here is the watch. Really slick and sexy. I love the design. The strap is thinner than what Amazfit Pace have, but on the bright side, it makes the watch lighter. Let's try the magnetic charger now. There you go. The magnet here is strong. This definitely make it easier to attach the charger compared to the clip-on chargers used with the likes of Amazfit Pace and older Amazfit smartwatches. Let's boot up the watch for the first time. Let's press and hold the upper physical button. There you go. We have the boot logo now. Pressing and holding this upper button turns on or off the watch. When the watch is turned on and asleep, clicking the upper button will wake up the watch. When the watch is already awake, clicking it brings you to the home watch face. If you are on the home watch face already, clicking it will take you to the application list and settings. Let's select English as the language here, of course. The lower physical button by default opens the workout list, but you can program it to open any other applications. We are now presented with a QR code, which we should scan with our software companion called Zep, which is formerly known as Amazfit application. From your phone, open the Play Store or App Store for iOS, search for Zep. That's Z-E-N-P-P. Then install it. Let's open the application. It will ask you to log in. If you have a Zep account, just log in. Otherwise, you will need to create an account. That's pretty much self-explanatory. When asked for permission, just grant the Zep app basically everything she asks for. I'm not 100% sure if that's safe, but it definitely makes life easier for me. No, I'm just kidding. Of course it's safe. Zep app just needs permission to location, Bluetooth, contacts, phone calls and notifications, so that's fair. Okay. We are now inside the Zep application. On the lower right part, tap on the profile. Just select allow when asked again for permissions. Tap on the add beside the My Devices. Select watch. We have more settings here to allow. Let's select watch again. Oh my god. These permissions won't stop. Select watch with QR code. Let's turn on the Bluetooth of the cell phone. Now we can finally scan the watch. Oh, I accidentally swiped it back. Let me just get back to the QR code. There we go. Let's scan now already. At last. It's pairing now. Alright. Here we go. There are some quick guides here on how to navigate through the watch. I still got my Amazfit Pace connected here, so we're disconnecting from that now. We have more quick guides here. At last, we can now get started. Oh, apparently not yet since we have an update here. Let's update the watch first. Okay. That update has taken longer than I thought it should, that's due to my internet connection. Make sure you have a stable connection when updating. I finally have a stable internet now, so hopefully this update will go through this time. Alright. Update has been installed, and we are now rebooting. Let's just wait for the watch to boot up here. Yes. The update is successful and we have the details of the updates here. This AMOLED screen is so good for the watch. A really crisp screen here. I've mentioned that I also own an Amazfit Pace watch earlier. One thing that I like about that watch is how easy it is to replace its strap. Good thing though, Amazfit GTR 2 also has the same concept for the straps. We just need to pull a small lever here from the strap to take it off. Really easy way to replace a strap. In addition to that, both the Amazfit Pace and GTR 2 have a 22mm size straps. Which means I can use the Amazfit Pace strap with this new GTR 2. I've also checked from online stores, there's a lot of options for a 22mm straps from there. Let's try using the Amazfit Pace strap here. It's the same size. Just need to snap it in here. I actually also have an extra metal magnetic lock strap for my Pace which I can also use for this GTR 2, and I also ordered a new metal formal looking strap as well. But the standard 22mm strap size of GTR 2, sky is the limit for the strap options. Let's go through the Zep app interface here first. From the main page you can see the watch face and battery percentage. Then we have the store where you can download more than 70 watch faces. It's neatly organized by categories here. For notifications and reminders, you can select an application where you want to receive notification to. You can also toggle a reminder if you're sitting for too long. Toggle for text message alerts and reminders for your daily goals. For vibration, you can select what application you can receive vibrating alerts. Then from the health monitoring section, you can turn on the automatic detection and starting of workout based on your movement. Toggle the 24/7 heart rate and stress monitoring, as well as the sleep breathing quality. For the watch settings, you'll basically have the same settings here that you can see from the watch itself. The display and brightness will let you control the brightness, always on display, and other settings about the screen which when changed from your phone, will automatically be applied to the watch. We also have the sound and vibration settings here and the off wrist lock and password. The wearing manner to either left or right wrist. The offline audio wake up mode sets when the voice command controls wakes up to listen for your voice. The system language is of course set to English here for me. The app list management lets you rearrange the application list from your phone, which is a nice detailed customization for the user. The shortcut cards are the applications that appears when you swipe right from the watch face of the watch. You can also rearrange them. Then we have a setting per application here. For the phone, you can enable to accept and talk for the call through the watch. You will need to pair your phone and watch via Bluetooth first before you can enable this. You have an instruction here on how to pair them. It's basically the same as any other device pairing. I am currently going to the Bluetooth settings of my watch now and pairing my phone. There you go. Let's pair now. When we go back to the Zep app, we should be able to enable call via watch now. Alright, that works now. For the music app setting here enables the uploading of music files to the watch. Clicking the center of the screen here will open File Manager, where you can select the music files that you want to upload. Let's try uploading the content of this whole folder here. The MP3 file transfer takes about 10 to 15 seconds per file. It's a bit slow compared to Wi-Fi or wired transfer, but definitely an acceptable speed for a Bluetooth transfer, which is what we are doing now between the phone and the watch. The watch has 3 gigs of storage for your music by the way. In case you copied a wrong music file or want to free up some space, you can delete them. Just go to the music app. Then swipe up and open my playlist. Go to all songs. Then long tap any of the music file. This will take you to a list where there's a checkbox for each file. Check or select the file that you want to delete. The tap delete from the bottom right corner. You can now tap delete here to permanently delete the file and free up a space from your watch. Using the same process you can also create a new playlist here. I digress a bit here. Let's go back to the Zep app settings from my phone. For the weather app setting, you can set the city, unit and toggle the weather alerts. For the alarm, well, this is self-explanatory. Schedule is the same. Lastly, for the Alexa, you will need to log in with your Amazon account or create one if you haven't got one yet. This will be used when Alexa is pushed to your watch. As of the creation of this video, I don't have Alexa yet, and I'm not sure when that will happen for the Philippines. There's some rumors that GTS 2 already has an Alexa here, but I don't know anyone who owns GTS 2, so I can't confirm that. If you have more information on when we'll get Alexa on our watch, please do let me know in the comment section below. Okay. Continuing, we also have options here to find your watch since the watch has its own speakers too. Toggle if you want the watch to be discoverable by anyone, heart rate sharing, real-time data, binding limits and running the Zep app on the phone's background. We've already done the system update earlier, so let's skip that. We have about the watch information, product user guide, and the offline audio command words which lists all the built-in voice commands to the watch. As you can see here, there are a lot of voice command for the watch. I'm going to show you how that works later. Now let's go through the watch navigation and settings. Swiping down will show the quick settings menu. We have 9 icons here. The first one is the flashlight which just makes the watch screen white. Then we have the brightness setting here. Next is the do not disturb mode. Then the battery saver mode which can be handy if you are on a trip and has no power source nearby. You can also lock the screen. To unlock it, you need to press and hold the upper button. There you go. Next icon is Find My Phone. This is a really fast Find My Phone trigger. Then we have the volume control next to that. Then we have the theater mode which minimizes the screen brightness in case you are inside a cinema. Lastly is keeping the watch awake for 20 minutes for whatever reason you need that for. Swiping left or right will show you the quick application access list that you've set from the settings. This will just loop through the applications and watch face here. Then swiping up from the watch face give you the notifications. Here is a sample notification. Depending on your settings, you can have a vibration and alert sound when you receive one. You can read your text here but can never reply. Also, when the phone notification has been cleared from your phone, it will automatically be cleared from your watch as well. When you are on the home screen or the watch face, clicking the upper button will take you to the settings and application list. We have a nice curved menu list here. Let's open the settings. It's basically the same watch settings from the Zep app that I've shown earlier. The first one is the watch face settings where you can select a watch face that you want. Just swipe left or right to select. For the network and connections, you can toggle the airplane mode and connect to other Bluetooth devices through the Bluetooth menu. Display settings has the brightness, screen sleep time, always on settings, and to light up the watch when there's a notification. In the sound and vibration you can turn on the ringtone, set the volume level and toggle vibrations from the phone. We have several options for the user preference. First is setting what the lower physical button will trigger. By default, this is set to open workout, but you can select any of the applications listed here. Let's try selecting compass for example. Let's try it. Let's click the lower button here. There you go. It now opens the compass. Let's go back to the user preference and set this back to workout. We also have a quick access app list here which you can customize. Just like in the Zep app, we have the workout detection settings here and the wearing direction, if it's left or right arm. We can also select a GPS type here. Then the offline voice control. We also have the wake up mode here. You can select all three listed here if you want. We also have the list of offline voice commands here. It's good that this is part of the menu, since there's a lot of commands which will be hard to memorize all, so it's good that you can have a reference anytime, like a cheat code for the voice control commands. Let's try the voice command. Let's flick my wrist here to wake up the watch.
Open heart rate. Open compass. Watch face. Volume down. Volume up. Start outdoor running. Open music. Start playing.
For the other apps here, the first one is the workout. You have the list of workout here. Originally, the GTR 2 only includes 12 workouts I think. But after the update, it now has 90 workout modes. It has 5 for running and walking, 4 cycling workouts, 2 for swimming, 8 outdoor sports, 19 indoor sports, 9 dance workouts, 10 combat sports, 12 ball sports, 2 water sports, 11 winter sports, 6 leisure sports and 2 other workouts. Looks like anything that you want to do that involves physical movement, it's here. It seems the watch is asking you. What is your excuse for not working out? We also have the SpO2 or blood oxygen measurement here, along with the heart rate. We also have the list of activities, which is still blank for me, since I haven't done a workout yet. Then we have the music. Since we uploaded songs here earlier, we can now play those MP3 files using the speaker of the watch. We also have the weather here, which has already detected my location, which is nice. We also have PAI here, which means personal activity intelligence. It is sort of your health score considering the workout you did, your heart rate, SpO2, your stress measurement and such. We also have the stress measurement here. Then we have the activity goal where you can set what you want to achieve daily. We have the events and lastly, the widgets, which is actually a list of tool applications for the watch like the compass, the barometric altimeter, the timer, countdown and find mobile. And I forgot to show you, while you are on the watch face, you can long tap on the center and it will enable the quick switching or choosing of watch faces. When the watch face shrinks, you can swipe left or right to choose the watch face you want. On the watch face, when you see the pencil icon, it means that you can edit some elements of the watch face. For this one, for example, let's edit it. Now you can swipe up and down to select what details you want to display in the watch face. Alright. Sorry that the video is a bit long since we walked through all the menus of the Zepp app and the watch itself. I will definitely be testing and abusing this watch starting today, and I will be creating another video to report how it did. So, watch out for that. Okay? I hope this helps. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you love it, please consider subscribing to the channel. Nilasuj for watching. Nova Air.